Trump is destroying our nation's economy and our livelihoods with his pissing match with China and this trade war. Let's talk trade deficits. You guys have seen me on here talking about tariffs and manufacturing in the US and why it's not so easy to just manufacture everything in the US. But today we're going to talk about trade deficits at a very basic level. A trade deficit means that we are importing more from a country than they are importing from us. For example, we import way more goods that we consume from China than they import from us. That's because they produce more goods that people consume than we do. But this soybean is something that China has always purchased from us, and they are not purchasing it right now. This trade war has crushed my business and is making it so much harder for me to make any kind of business decision or have any kind of future for my business. And yes, I manufacture in China, but my husband grows crops in the US. He is a 6th-generation family farmer. That means he's been doing this, his family has been doing this for more than 100 years. We are really good at farming in the US. That's something we do well. And they suck at farming in China. So it's great for us because we can create this in the US and send it to China and they buy it from us. But they're not buying it from us right now because of a trade war. So farmers in the US now have to try to make decisions about the future of planting this crop anymore because they don't know if they're going to have a market for it. You have to make decisions to grow crops for next year now because you have to plan your field, you have to buy seed, you have to plan your expenses for your fertilizers and all the inputs that go into growing something that takes months to grow. This trade war is creating more of a trade deficit. These tariffs are causing more of a trade deficit because now they're not buying from us what we manufacture and grow here in the US. I have tried to build for myself the American dream. I served in the military, I went to college, I got a degree, I had a great job, and then I invented a product and I started my own small business. It took me 8 years to build it up to a place that felt good and where we were growing. And now all of that is at risk. My husband is a farmer. He grows crops, he exports them. He's part of the trade we want to have with the rest of the world. And now everything that he's doing is at risk and we can't plan for our future. And if you've stayed this long into the video, I'd like to show you my husband. I think he's outstanding in his field.
I have brought to you again another story of how the black emerged, how the black became the chosen, how the black went on a journey when they were captured, when they were taken. But the origin of the black can't be denied. The truth about the black race cannot be taken away from them. I've compiled a couple of videos for you. I've done research just to let you know. Maybe some of you may know, but for some that do not know, I have done this research to let you know where the origin of black began from and the journeys that they took. And now it looks like the black has no race, has no direction. No, they have they have a journey, they have a direction. They are a peculiar race. Come along with me, let's go watch this video and I'll be right back. You'll be shocked to know that the continent of Africa is wider and bigger than what it is now. But you find out in this video. Credits are given to our content in this video. I'll be right back, don't go nowhere.
Is awful discouraging. You know, we do our very best to grow a good crop to feed the world, and then we can't hardly give it away.
Bachman blames President Trump for the soybean crisis, even though he voted for him. He says new tariffs are forcing China to buy soybeans from Argentina and Brazil. Now many Iowa farmers face selling this year's crop at a huge loss.
The way things are, there won't be a farmer left in 5 years if things don't change because our expenses are so high and the crop is worth less than it was 30 years ago.
Bachman survived the farm crisis during the 1980s. It led to thousands of farm foreclosures. If the federal government offers crop payments to help farmers, Bachman says he'll say no thanks.
We would a lot rather have free markets than a handout.
Bachman recently asked Iowa Senator Charles Grassley for help with those free markets.
I told him that the 1980s farm crisis is going to look like a picnic compared to today if things don't change and change fast.
This is for South Dakota soybean farmers anywhere in America, Midwest farmers who voted for Trump. And just so you know, I'm from Montana. I'm not from some weird, crazy, exotic place. You got stabbed in the back, and I don't understand why you're not fighting back. You're bitching and complaining and blaming us liberals and not the person who stabbed you in the back. Donald Trump stabbed you in the back. How's that feel? They just destroyed the soybean market for American farmers. Took it off the table, maybe forever, with tariffs. Not only that, Trump just gave his buddy in Argentina $20 billion of your taxpayer dollars for nothing. Bailed out another right-wing sociopath so his hedge fund buddies don't lose money with your money, while Argentina now sells soybeans to China. How you like them apples? Here's what I want to say to you. And I appreciate this is going to feel like a turn in the conversation. When we were talking about stolen land and our founding fathers being sometimes not great, and maybe we shouldn't have statues of slaveholding traitors, when we're talking about slavery and our history, we're bringing it up because it still matters. Not only for the people it affected then and their ancestors, because the process is still continuing. The same group of rich white men who have all the money and power, same type of person that stole the land and raped the people and enslaved them, guess what they're doing? That island Epstein had, those little girls were enslaved. They couldn't leave. That's slavery. They have no bodily autonomy. They were used as sex toys by the rich and powerful. Donald Trump is protecting them. Stolen lands? You don't like thinking about paying back the native people for their stolen lands, about letting them name the land that was theirs? You don't like that because you're here now? Well, guess who's about to get their land stolen? That was the plan all along. Get you to go bankrupt so giant corporations can steal your land. That's what we did when we got here. That's why some of us are like, oh shit, that's bad. We should stop doing that and make up for what we did, because that is a bad principle to have as the spine of your society. It leads to bad things. Slavery and rape and stealing. It's a horrible ethic. We shouldn't build a country on that. We did, so we got to try to make up for it. Otherwise, we'll keep doing it. Well, guess what? Now it's your turn. And you chose it. So what are you going to do about it?
Well, Donald Trump is saving the farmers. And I am legally bound to destroy these bales in order to receive my $896,000 check for this splorn crop that I cannot market because China refuses to buy our splorn. You know all those tariffs that Donald Trump's been putting on these other countries? Well, China has refused to buy billions of tons of vegetables that they once agreed to purchase. So these farmers can't sell the shit. And Donald Trump has just announced the other day that he's fixing to pay them to destroy their crops. He says it's just temporary. I guess we'll fucking see. But the thing is, what about all these SNAP benefits that people's fixing to lose because they refuse to work? Couldn't you let those people go out and pick the crops, fill their freezers up, get them some free vegetables? I mean, hell, you're using tax dollars to pay for the farmers to destroy their crops anyway, right? And did you know that Donald Trump just put 100% tariffs on prescription drugs for any of these companies that refuse to build their drug manufacturing plants here in the United States? Yeah, it's fixing to happen, folks. You're going to lose your fucking insurance, and you're fixing to pay double for your drugs. Thanks, Donald Trump, for making America great again. Shit.
Trump has destroyed farming in America to the point where American farmers are now having to sell equipment to pay bills. They are getting crushed by Trump. Crop prices are crashing because they can't sell to the biggest markets, China, Mexico, Europe, due to Trump's tariffs. And equipment costs are skyrocketing because of Trump's steel and aluminum tariffs. So American farmers are now paying more to produce food they can't sell. And join us for more at culturalperspective.com, because this isn't random politics, it's cause and effect. The American political system creates a situation in which individuals with no experience, minimal education, and no specific knowledge can run for office, and at the same time creates a situation in which the most popular person, not the best person, gets elected, and which those running for office can lie without consequence. So it's no surprise that America is in serious trouble. American farmers overwhelmingly voted for Trump. They didn't get what they voted for because Trump lied to them. Layoffs are already picking up pace in the farming industry, and it's just a matter of time before we see a strong uptick in farmers losing their farms. What I don't understand is why so many farmers who are losing money and soon their farms, and so many workers who are laid off directly because of Trump's lies and policies, still support him. Let me know what you think in the comments.
Why should American taxpayers bail out farmers who are hurting because of the president's tariff policies?
Well, look, I think that the farmers, and I represent a lot of them, and they want nothing more than open markets. There are markets right now that aren't open to some of our commodities. And as a consequence of that, we've got a big harvest coming in here in South Dakota, corn and soybeans, and no place to go with it. So what the president has said is, I'm going to support and I'm going to help our farmers. And so we are looking at, I'm a member of the Senate Ag Committee, have been for some time, and we're looking at potential solutions to make sure that we can help support farmers until some of those markets come back.
I think I have a really good idea to help out the farmers that are suffering because of Trump's tariffs, which is instead of just giving them aid and giving them money, which is socialism, maybe we can have a program where we do pay them, where they grow their crops and the government pays them market price, and then we take the excess crop and distribute it to countries overseas where they're in need of some of these products. And I think it would be a win-win for the farmers, and I think it would help the U.S., it would help us with PR, and maybe we could even name the program something where people, so people know where the food is coming from, something like U.S. aid, something like that. I think that'd be a win-win-win. So I don't know, just spitballing here, but I think that would be a great idea to help out a lot of people.
Now farmers are crying bitterly. Farmers are stranded. Farmers are selling their property. They're selling everything that they've got because they feel that it's not looking as if it's not looking bright. It's not looking like it's gonna get better. They're selling their farmland, they're selling their equipment to offset debt, to offset bills that have piled up. You are the same person that canceled aids to farmer. You're the same person that also increased tariff so that the customers that are patronizing them, that they are selling their product to make and maximize profit, they won't come again. You took their funding, you took their customers away by increasing tariff, and this one says we can't buy from you anymore. I mean, I don't know. Now everybody, now you farmers are crying for bailout. Now some people are saying we can't continue this way, always bailing the farmer out when you make bad policy. Bailing out is not bad, but when the policy that is making the farmers to request for a bailout is the policy of the government that is not thinking of the implication, is not well thought about, is not well planned before executing it. And now Some people are saying, no, you can't take taxpayers' money because you made the deal. You make you made the policy increment. You made all of that. So you don't spend the tax people's money on. No, no, no. You deal with it because you are the one that increased the tariff and made all the nations to go against America as a nation. So you fix it. Trump's administration, I've got to fix whatever is started. And of course, different, states, different, they are saying, we are not going to allow you to touch the tariff, the tax of citizens, because it is obvious that it was because of your decision that brought farmers into this situation. Guys, let me know what your take and your perceptions are, because what America is into right now is nothing but overconfidence. You're so full of yourself that everybody will bow to your knee and come to you. Who does that? Countries have alternatives. That is why China went to Brazil to patronizing them. Argentina has gone to China to also send their soybeans because there are alternatives. That's a fact. That's the truth. When you think you're an island, people will make you understand that you can be replaced, and that is the case of what is happening. The farmers are bearing the greater. They are going through a lot, but the question is, what brought them into this situation? It's Trump's administration making policies that are not in tandem with the people. They're not people-centered. They're not people-oriented. That does not favor the people. Everything has skyrocketed in America, all because of Tariffs and Trump's administration. Well, it's not too late to turn back. That's my advice. But guys, what do you think? It's not late to turn back and begin to change those tariffs that you have made, because countries have moved on. Everyone is moving on. Thank you guys for watching. Until I come your way again, don't forget, subscribe, like, and share. And of course, thank you to all my old subscribers for always coming back to watch. And of course, my new subscribers, thank you all. Stay in peace and stay in love. Bye-bye.